My message is going to be a very optimistic one about the opportunities that we have available to us now in Louisiana as we recover from the hurricanes of past years and deal with the fallout from the spill and move forward with a new message, a new brand for the state, which I'll unveil today, which we're very excited about.
Tell us about what the new brand will be.
Well, the new brand is Louisiana, Pick Your Passion. There's so many things to be passionate about in Louisiana that we wanted a slogan that was going to give our stakeholders and the people who are in the business of marketing our state an opportunity to showcase all the different things that are great about Louisiana. And I think the opportunity to pick your passion, indulge that passion in Louisiana, be it food, be it the arts, be it music, being recreation, adventure, outdoor opportunities, we've got it all, and we've just got to tell that story. As all of you know, our office receives 0.03% of state sales tax to conduct an advertising and marketing effort for the state. Unfortunately, in recent years, a pitifully small percentage of this funding goes to an actual advertising and marketing campaign. This will change. I hope to be able to convince the legislature with your help that the recent practice of redirecting a significant portion of these funds to line item events interferes with our ability to develop a meaningful overall campaign. Reality suggests that in these difficult budget times, it's going to be a tough task. Nonetheless, I hope that one day we'll return to the prior practice of using state general fund dollars for these purposes, rather than earmarking our dedicated tourism dollars to supplement operational funding for these very important events. To the extent that this continues, we'll deal with it and we'll make certain that there is accountability for these funds, but I remain hopeful that our office will be afforded the flexibility to manage the resources allocated to our overall tourism program. I am ready and anxious to lead this charge, but I need your help to convince legislators, policymakers that they're shortchanging our efforts to promote Louisiana by denying us the ability to use these dedicated funds as they were intended. I'm equally pleased and excited to announce that we're hitting the ground running. We're committing more than $4 million this spring to an advertising and marketing campaign. This is dramatically more than has been allocated in the past, and we'll do so by redirecting more than $1 million that had been appropriated to the Sugar Bowl, but which has been returned. Next month, I'll ask the Joint Legislative Committee on the Budget to allow those funds of approximately $1.3 million, as well as a portion of our anticipated fund balance, to be shifted to this very important advertising and marketing program at a time when we need advertising and marketing more than ever before. I'm confident that the committee will concur, and I hope you'll join me in trying to convince them of the wisdom of this move. If they fail to do so, I will be left with literally less than $1 million to launch the most important advertising campaign in recent years. Please keep in mind that we do anticipate supplementing this buy with some dollars made available through BP. But it's very important for all of us in this room and all of those in the legislature and policymakers in this state to remember that this BP funding must be viewed as non-recurring revenue. It is a one-time infusion to supplement what we're doing in the wake of the spill, but it should not be viewed as funding that will provide a long-term substitute for the statutorily dedicated money that's earmarked for tourism. Additionally, the second opportunity that we have in the near future is Louisiana's bicentennial, that under the direction of General Honore will be celebrated throughout 2012. This is a remarkable one-time opportunity for Louisiana to welcome home former residents and invite those looking for an adventure to come for a visit. Plans are still being formulated, but I expect this to be a year-long party in literally every parish in the state, with a huge gala on April 30th, the anniversary date of our admission into the United States of America. I intend to provide some seed funding during this fiscal year with the hope that General Honore and the Commission and our office can convince the legislature and private donors to make sure that appropriate funding is in place to make this a celebration worthy of Louisiana's reputation for fun and joie de vivre and knowing how to throw a party. Throughout my campaign for Lieutenant Governor, I promised that we would rebrand Louisiana. On September 27th of last year, at a forum sponsored by the Press Club, each of the candidates for Lieutenant Governor was asked to select one word that best describes what they would bring to the office of Lieutenant Governor. I answered first. My word was passion. With that in mind, I am pleased to unveil the new brand for Louisiana that we believe will enable us to best market the wide variety of opportunities that await visitors to our state. As I've said many times before, the human gumbo that makes up Louisiana represents the cultural diversity that sets us apart from any other state in America. Our breathtaking landscape, our soul-stirring music, our sumptuous cuisine, our fascinating history, our blend of cultures, and our inimitable spirit is varied, inspiring, and rich. Not only is there plenty to see and do, but what you'll find in Louisiana is unique and authentic. Ours is one of those rare places that evokes a passionate response. Thus, our new brand, Louisiana, pick your passion. This is a message that will invite visitors to select from the great opportunities that can satisfy the curiosity and pique the interest of young and old alike. The logo itself is designed to convey a sense of movement, energy, and excitement. You recognize the Louisiana typeface that has been used in the past, but you see the inverted exclamation marks that substitute for the I's in Louisiana. It's a not so subtle take on demonstrating that Louisiana is just a little bit different. The purple and red colors were selected because they represent passion and feeling and emotion and excitement. That logo will also appear against dark backdrops in just white, as you will see in just a moment. We've been working hard in the 2 months that I've been in office to get a new campaign designed and tested, and today I'll show you a prototype. We tested 3 different campaigns to determine the best strategy to catch the attention of our target audience. The results came back just last week, so the ads I'm going to show you are merely samples. Our target audience includes adults 25 to 54 with a household income of $50,000 or more. Geographically, it stretches from Los Angeles to New York City with an obvious emphasis on the targeted regional markets from which we typically draw. It's my hope that we will include a broader campaign, not a true national campaign, but with a more national reach than we've had before in the campaign that we'll launch this spring. The campaign will feature large, beautiful photography and showcases the more artistic mode of writing that incorporates the imagery itself. The hope is that passion will be evoked in the poetic prose that speaks of Louisiana in a mysterious tone but drives home the variety you can find in our state. The first ad reads, "A 5-star dinner in a 1-star shack. Seafood so fresh you can feel the Gulf breeze. Diving headfirst into the local culture," with the Pick Your Passion logo. Second ad, "In search of the local oyster bar, getting off the beaten path, stumbling across the best jazz you've ever heard." And obviously that depiction is a New Orleans driven message. And then finally, "A lazy current, the seductive howl of an accordion, a splash too loud to be a fish." That's just a sample of what's to come. From crawfish bisque to oysters on the half shell, from meat pies to Lee's pies, from deep sea fishing to crabbing, from hunting and hiking to paddling and birding, from cemetery tours to military museums, from Bourbon Street to Main Street, from the Louisiana hayride to the Cabildo, from Indian mounds to the Atchafalaya, from river boats to gambling boats, from pirogues to bicycle trails, from French bread to thoroughbreds, from arts to Zydeco. Whatever your passion, you can find it here, you can savor it here, you can indulge it here. A lot of places have a story to tell. Ours just happens to be better. Let's go tell it. Thank you. Louisiana offers whatever you're interested in, and we're a wonderful place to bring a family for an adventure ranging from the history of New Orleans and historical locations all around the state to festivals virtually every weekend of the year to an incredible array of outdoor opportunities like fishing and hunting and paddling, canoeing, hiking, birding. All of these things that create adventures for families exist in Louisiana like no place else.
Are you encouraged by everything that you've seen and heard here today?
Well, I really am. This is a great gathering of people who know how to promote and how to market and how to sell a product, and we've got a great product, the state of Louisiana, so we're all enthusiastic about selling it.
If people have questions or would like more information, what should they do?
Well, of course, go to our website, louisianatravel.com. That'll tell you everything you want to know about travel opportunities in Louisiana. Call me, call our office, call any local convention and visitors bureau. There are lots of people waiting to tell the story of Louisiana.